Oh Lord, I had a crappy day at work today.
Did you?
Yep, and when you called me earlier, I just walked in the door. I had 2 boxes of surf in my hand and a 6 pack of beer, and there's no fucking way I was gonna miss having my surf and beer.
Surf and beer. So you had
Yeah,
fish.
one box had 3 pieces or 4 pieces of fish for Lisa, and one box had 2 pieces of fish and 10 jumbo shrimp for me. So yeah, fish and beer, beer, donuts, beer. New
Oh,
Glarus Brewery, no, Wisconsin, the only place you can buy it.
I'll have to sort that out later. Well, anyway, I started out, I had topics and everything, but it would have helped.
And then you freaked out on me.
Yeah, whatever.
No, it happens. I get it.
It's still part of the stage fright thing, I guess. Anyway,
It raised its ugly head.
early on when we first started doing this, before COVID hit, there was a place that Tanya and I went to. You didn't go along. I
No,
don't,
that's up there at the Devil's Punch Bowl,
no, 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 no. This was Witches Road.
Witches Road.
Yeah. It was
Witches Road.
a
Where is that
story
at?
I've been meaning to tell for quite a while. And I found this spot now. I got it bookmarked here. Okay, I'll do this again. I got it bookmarked here. Witches Road is in Ripon. Um, but they actually have it listed as being in Rosendale. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we followed the directions and went out there. And it was about 56 years ago. A witch lived in a house on Witch Road, just outside of Rosendale. And the road has remained haunted ever since her death. And I don't know why it says something about a little girl hides in the woods. We did, it doesn't even say why there's a little girl hiding in the woods. All right. But it tells you that the witch's broken down house can still be seen in the woods. All right. People have seen flashing lights at the end of the road. White lights have been observed on the trees. There's a tree on the side of the road that resembles the witch. Well, you get out into some of these wooded areas, there's many of trees that could resemble a witch. Just use your imagination a little.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they say a ghost of a little girl has been seen hiding in the woods and peeking out from behind the trees. Now, they show the picture in this book. I'll try to. That's what their house looked like, her house looked like when Chad Lewis was there.
Okay.
All right, this is from this book right here. Okay.
Okay.
Now, when Tanya and I got out there, here's the scary part for you. When Tanya and I got out there, this was when we had one of the smaller little bitty cars that we had. It was just barely wide enough for 2 cars, a car to go one way and a car to come the other way. And it
Mm-hmm.
was mostly gravel roads out there. And they looked to be like building a burn pile with the house where the house stood.
It looked like it was just a big pile of sticks, rubble.
All right. Now
I remember you telling me about that.
there was about 20 people walk there. That the people sitting there, with shovels, and they had like a crane of some type in there, building this pile.
Right.
Meantime, the rest of these people were walking around on the road or alongside the road with guns, rifles.
Basically saying, don't even stop, don't
I mean,
even
it's
act,
like-
nothing.
It's like you get out there and you get this feeling when you see all those people walking around that it's like lock the fucking doors and find our way out of here as fast as possible.
Well, the thing is, you get an eerie feeling to begin with, without all those people, because of the way it looks. It's wooded area all the way around.
You know, and the reason we were able to see the house is because they had a lot of it cleared, and it was that time of year where the leaves were falling off the trees. You know, it was towards the end of the summer where the leaves were falling off the trees and shit. But man, I mean, the scary part wasn't the fact that there was a witch out there and the road and area was supposed to be haunted. The scary part was them SOBs walking around with them guns.
I bet you if you go there now, nothing's there.
Well, no, they're
Probably not.
destroying it.
Yep, because they were destroying it.
They were
I'm
setting
just
it up to
wondering.
burn any trace of where that house sat.
I'm just thinking if they thought that if they burned it, that it would go away.
I don't know, but I thought
I
we
would
asked
think it
for
would make it worse.
no comments from the peanut gallery. No.
Uh-huh.
Now the other thing I wanted to
She
mention.
already said she wanted you to put something in her mouth. So
Yeah. We got kids here. I tried to talk her into not picking them up and just having the house to ourselves for the weekend, but she wouldn't listen.
nah, can't do that.
So anyway,
Not when she only gets to see them every other weekend.
I was watching something really cool today. And I can't remember her name. I tried to look it up, but I'll try to remember how it went. It was all about reincarnation. It was an episode of William Shatner's Unexplained. All right. And it was basically what's that word you would use for like living immortals. The title of the show was called Immortals. Okay. And they were talking about how this woman who was, when she was like, I think they said she was like 10 years old, she was able to decipher and read ancient Egyptian, what do you call those? Hieroglyphs? You know, the writing?
Hieroglyphs, yes.
Right. She didn't even live, and she wasn't born anywhere near Egypt. Okay. By the time she got a little older, she was actually able to write using that ancient text. And as time went on, she became to believe that she was a reincarnated version of some ancient Egyptian, what would they call that? A princess?
Yep.
And
Yeah, could be a princess.
they have her, I can't remember, I wish I could remember her name. They have her documented as the most believable person that's been reincarnated. So this theory is that the soul doesn't die, or the energy from your body, if you will, doesn't die. It just moves to a new body.
I said that the last night.
Okay. Now,
Your energy,
I just want to get to
energy
this.
cannot be destroyed or created. It changes form.
Right. So they also went on to talk about all kinds of things that I thought was pretty fascinating, like what was that one? Where you get frozen like
Cryogenic.
a popsicle. Now they say no,
Cryogenic.
they say that they can do that with, those fertility clinics do that with the eggs and the sperm. They freeze it, right? They haven't been able to do a full human yet. All right. Successfully. However, if you think about it, the technology is getting closer and closer, because how many times have people have been super close to death because they fell in an ice-covered lake and suffered from hypothermia?
Oh, I know that your brain can't go.
Oh, thank you, John.
Your brain can't go 5 minutes without oxygen.
Yeah, it's something like that, right? It can be deprived,
But
and
they've brought people back without
right,
any problems after
without
12 minutes and 15 minutes
right, without
because they
any
were under
loss
they
to
were
the
under
faculties.
they were submerged under the ice cold water. Yeah, that movie. Uh, God damn it, it's on the end of my tongue too, and I can't think of it right offhand. It's got Julia Roberts, Kevin Bacon, where they're medical students and they
Oh, Flatliners.
Flatliners. Yep. Okay, thank you. The movie Flatliners kind of touches on that subject a little bit because they use a cold blanket and a hot blanket.
I haven't seen that movie in
Yeah.
so long either.
Yeah, and that's how they do that.
And they kept going longer and longer each time. Like staying dead for longer or whatever, longer periods of time.
And then but of course they had to throw the horror link to it because once they were under for a certain amount of time and brought them back, then they had some sort of evil energy attached to them and brought something back from the other side.
And this whole show went on to talk about it. Basically, it surrounded like the search for the fountain of youth. Okay. Internal, living forever, ways to do it. And some of the things that they came up with, like, where would it be? The monks in Bangladesh. What would they be called? Those monks.
Bangladesh.
And that's where they were.
More about the monks, the Himalayan monk.
It might be. Anyway, they do some kind of thing to purify the body, with meditation and the things they do. And they slow down this process, and science has proved that it slows down the aging process. Okay. So you've got one that's there, what they say was like 124 years old. And
they actually claim that they came across one of those monks that looked mummified, but supposedly was still alive.
I saw something like that once. And now with that being said, they've started doing this new research. They had some people, and they actually, I can't believe they did this, but this goes back to mad scientists, trying to genetically cross two species and make a whole new one, but they gave these people, there was like 9 of them, and they were all in their 50s, 60s, whatever, this drug to reverse the aging process, and it worked. They found a way to not just slow down the internal clock, but to reverse it so it starts going backwards. And the one guy, his hair was like white, all gray. And it actually went back to whatever his natural hair color was, like black. And there was, what's that called? A hypo. It's like located, from what I was seeing on the pictures, it's located like right around here. It's like a gland. And as you age, it kind of builds up, I guess you would call it plaque.
Mm-hmm.
And with this drug, this guy's hypo, whatever they call it, it's a gland. It actually started not only healing itself, but also it started like the liver, how it can, when you donate a piece of the liver and it goes into somebody else, it starts growing, it's kind of like yeah, that's the word right there. So anyway, his started growing back and regenerating. That's the word. It started regenerating. And it's like, man, it was like me saying I'm going to live forever could actually be a possibility.
People telling us.
And then they say in this area that
Same
they were
difference,
in,
just a different spelling.
I wish I could remember a lot of the things I see and could retain it a lot. But the area where that guy, the monk, was like 124 years old,
Mm-hmm.
they had a lot of natural springs around there that they claimed had healing properties. If you bathed in them or if you drank the water, because it was drinkable.
What's who taking, Cassie?
Yep. I'm evil to the core.
Yeah, he's like Highlander. There can only be one.
Yep. But
I need another beer.
they found that in these waters, these spring waters around this area, and it's someplace in Bangladesh that they were at. They found out that there is a minute amount of radiation in the water from granite, the granite that the waterfalls flow through. Oh.
So it's natural radiation.
Yeah, but it's not enough to harm anybody. No, that regeneration thing that I was talking about was a scientific experiment to try to reverse the internal clock, to try to reverse aging. They've been trying to do it for years, especially women with the anti-aging creams and all of that, get rid of the wrinkles and all of this. Science is like, well, it's going the wrong way because you're biologically, because of your birthdays, you got so many birthdays. You may say you're biologically this old, but yet your internal clock is going to say you're a different age.
Yeah.
Depending on
haven't you learned yet, Joe? You can't tell. You cannot talk about a woman's age and how old she looks.
Well, that's why. Well, this is why they were explaining. Not everybody's internal clock runs the same at the same speed. That's why you got some women in their 50s and 60s and they still look like they're 40 years old or 35 or whatever. And they didn't go and get any plastic surgery. It's just they've got a very slow internal clock, so they age very slowly.
Gracefully.
Yeah, we are being poisoned. Big corporations are poisoning us. They're in cahoots with each other to keep the mass populace down, poison us to the brink of death, and then giving us drugs to bring us back. I
But
truly believe that.
it was a very interesting topic and a show to watch.
Hmm.
I didn't even mind listening to Shatner's voice so much. I had to put that out there.
Whatever, dude. Mm.
Oh, you shouldn't. Mark number X his age either. No.
Yep. I'll never act my age.
That's not fun.
I always act like a kid. Although I don't throw a fit anymore. Some
No.
people.
I think we should suffer from the Peter Pan syndrome for the rest of our lives and just enjoy it. You know?
Working my ass off. Last 2 days I've been sitting in for the supervisor, for the boss.
Yeah, but it's finally getting warmer now. We can get out on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's a lot of great places to go that wouldn't require trying to get permission to go there, you know, because they're public places.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing some research, you know. There's a actual place. Oh, did you see that one picture I posted? I'll see if I can find it quick so I can share it with you.
Oh.
There's a place I've been to, God, thousands of times, right? In my life. Because, you know, I grew up in and around the Madison area. So I've been to this place many times in the past. Damn it, now I can't find that picture. Well, it was a picture, and I think I know where it is. Well, it says it's in Hoyt Park, but I'm pretty sure I know where. And they said that it's been there for quite a while in Hoyt Park. And let me guess, I'm not going to find it on this. Ah, here it is. All right.
Never act your age. Gina, never act your age. Act the age you feel you are. Whatever you feel in your heart, whatever you feel in your mind, be that.
Now it's the stuff. I'll read it there because it starts out. It says, "Is there a pyramid hiding in a popular Madison park?" Okay. The Hoyt Park Pyramid has been the subject of much speculation. Was it left there by ancient civilizations, perhaps the mound builders, or was it aliens? Why are there faces? Really? A careful examination reveals it's made of modern material, concrete mainly, along with items pressed into the once wet cement. The origins are still shrouded in mystery, but the most likely culprit is that it was an art project constructed by the former preschool of arts that operated in the late 70s. All I know is it's kind of a weird looking thing, and I'd like to go see it. You know,
Yeah,
it's kind of like when those college students did that thing, that big huge prank where
they did the thing.
um they kind of made it look like the Statue of Liberty was in Lake Mendota. You know, they just built a giant ice sculpture of it out on the lake.
Hmm.
You know, from like basically the bust of it.
Oh yeah, Cassie, the Egyptians, the Egyptian culture did get into America. In fact, right here where we live in Wisconsin, not very far away from me, that Aztecian culture was up here.
Yeah,
Asylum.
Asylum State Park.
Hmm.
Yeah, had some interesting experiences there.
They found an actual tomb that held Egyptian artifacts in it in the Grand Canyon. You can't get to it anymore because the Smithsonian came in. Smithsonian is a government. Is basically the government ran um, museum out in D.C. They came in, made sure it was all closed off, or people couldn't, the regular public couldn't get up in there. And they took everything out of there. Yep. It's really weird though, but I think it's cool as hell. Just goes to show that that our society and our the people the way we are right now have been lied to for a long time.
It's called,
Everybody, pretty much everybody in the United States that is not in the loop with with the elites that are running everything, we can be considered mushrooms. We're kept in the dark every
yep,
day. That shit.
that's called Shiprock. Do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
How it's supposed to look like a ship?
Mm-hmm.
That's up in Adam's Friendship.
Mm.
I don't remember. I spent a lot of time there in the summer, and I don't ever remember seeing that one.
With your cousin?
No, my uncle.
Never mind.
I spent an entire summer in Adam's Friendship, and I don't remember ever seeing that. But they say whoever took the picture and put it up there and made the post, it's in the middle of a forest shaped like a ship. It's by Adam's Friendship.
Obviously, it looked like a park.
Yeah, it looked like a park because it looked like a picnic bench there.
There's a lot of dead air, guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, Joe was talking and I'm reading because I got conversations going over here. And I agree with what Gina says. Yes, it is worldwide. I wasn't indicating that the United States was the only ones. You know, there's a group of elites in this world that are running everything, and they are keeping all the ancient secrets and technologies and everything to themselves, and letting us have little bits and pieces here and there to keep us satisfied.
Yeah, they don't want us to get too far
Birth
advanced.
until from cradle to grave, we're taught to think the way we think and to do the things we do. We're never taught the true meaning of life. We're never taught the truth behind what humans are and where we come from and the things that we can actually do if we were allowed to open our minds and reach out with our being and do what we can. I mean, there is so much out there that we can do. Yeah. Yep, I know. We get a little worker bees because we're the ones that build their product for them and get paid little. You know, we get barely enough. We get paid or compensated barely enough from these corporations to afford their stuff that we build for them, we put together for them, that we do for them. It's ridiculous. And anybody that's cunning enough, or well, I don't know about cunning, but anybody that's willing to give up their humanity and prove it to the elites. If there's room, they'll bring them in and let them become an elite with them, like Elon Musk. And I don't care. You know, I don't trust any of these guys. I don't trust Musk. I don't trust any of these idiots that are, you know, like Gates. I don't trust him. Supposedly he does well, but I don't trust him.
Who? Gates?
I don't trust that he's doing the things, you know, that he.
I don't trust any of those suckers that have millions or billions of dollars.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't trust him as a person that he is trying to say he is.
It's
Because
easy.
you know, he gives all this money. He gives all this money to charities and everything, but yet, you know, he's still billions of dollars. You know, how much money does one person need?
Well, yeah, he gives all this money away, but he does it. He does it so that it gives him that tax break for the rich for donating to charities and stuff.
Oh yeah,
and he only goes to that. He doesn't go above and beyond that. He goes just enough so that he can get that tax break.
Yeah, yeah, and also, you know, with what Gina just said there, you know, they demolished the resources. Yeah, well, I agree, but you know, you got to realize too, they're not the only ones demolishing the resources. I mean, they've got us in a position where we have to use the resources, but we never give back to this planet. We never give back to the earth. And I wish that that Gaia would just say, you know what, fuck you, you parasite sons of bitches. I'm gonna take you out. Because that's all we are basically on this earth, of parasites. We take from her and take from her and take from her, and we've damn near got her dead. And if we keep going, I don't know if there's going to be any way of coming back from it.
That reminds me of it's a scene from a very old movie with Charlie Sheen in it. It's called Beyond the Law. Okay. He goes because Charlie Sheen plays a cop, and I think he's out on the West Coast somewheres. Okay. And he's out on patrol, and he gets this call to this crazy Indian, or, you know, Indian, who's shooting at the cranes at this construction site, right? And basically, he is crazy, but he comes across and he says something to the effect is that he was shooting at the thing because they're raping Mother Earth.
Yeah. Yeah, just
And
like Cassie said there.
and he was defending her honor,
Yeah.
more or less is what he was trying to
Yeah.
say.
Gaia. Mother
So,
Earth. Gaia, the goddess.
well, that goes back. I mean, somewhere between when we came over from wherever we came over from, Europe, wherever, you know, you had all the Native Americans on this land here in the United States, right? You had buffalo running free almost everywhere in the upper Midwest. That's because back then, the Native Americans, when they killed something, they only killed what they needed.
Yep.
And they used everything. Nothing went to waste. Not the bones, not any of the innards, nothing went to waste. Now today, the white man, as the Indians would call us, you know, everything goes to waste and we kill for sport.
Yeah. We do.
You know, we kill deer for sport. We kill turkey for sport. We're out to get the biggest kill, the biggest buck we can find. You know, it's all for sport. You know, and when we kill, well, we don't always keep everything. You know, we send it to a guy to get the meat from the deer, and maybe the head ends up on your wall.
Yeah, but at that point, that means you're just a trophy hunter.
Right, but I'm
You
just saying.
you hunted that deer. You may be actually eating its meat and everything, but you hunted that deer and put the head on your wall. Therefore, you're a trophy hunter.
Right.
I don't give a shit. I shot a 14 pointer years ago, and I never kept the antlers. I never kept the mount. I didn't give a crap. I wanted the meat. That's what
Well,
I shot.
I mean, that's all I would want.
hunted.
But I mean, that's what I meant by shooting it for sport. Basically, that's what a trophy hunter is. They're
Yeah,
out there.
I don't like them. And unfortunately, that was the type of person that I actually went hunting with. He was a friend during, he was my ex-wife's friend before her and I got together. Came out here, moved out here from California, and he'd take me hunting every now and then, and he got mad at me because I shot his deer. Because him and his cousin were the ones that scared it up. They were down in the swampy area. They scared it up. It took off running. He took 2 shots at it and totally missed it. I took 1 shot at it and dropped it.
And see, I don't go hunting anymore, but when I did, I wanted the venison. I'm hungry.
No, yeah, that's what I want.
Years. I'd probably use a deer hide maybe and make a coat out of it or something. But then you got them, go back to them rich SOBs. These suckers, their type of trophy hunting is going out into places like Africa or wherever and hunting endangered species and getting their pictures, with their kill. I mean, how many times have you seen that stuff pop up, not just on Facebook, but on the news? Where you've seen them talk about it on the news. This guy goes out.
I know, that irritates me. I don't,
because they got this money.
I don't even go hunting anymore.
They convinced their government. They convinced the government. Oh, well, we're gonna, we want to kill an elephant or something, which is a protected species or an endangered species, and they get away with it. I mean, that's why we're having all these problems with the environment, is because it's gotten thrown way off balance because of assholes that don't care. It's like, I remember when it was like I was a kid, one of the things in school was they'd take you out somewheres and we'd all plant a tree, You don't see people doing a lot of that anymore either. But yet we're still using lumber at a high rate.
Yeah, I remember that, Gina. Remember they went hunting the lions and stuff for sport.
Yeah.
And that's the point. What would you want to kill a lion for? You're not going to eat it.
No.
You know, the only thing you're going to go try and kill a lion for is, or if you do kill it, is to have it turned into a rug or have it stuffed and mounted. And it's like, why?
No.
It's a waste.
No,
you're taking a beautiful, majestic animal and destroying it just so you can have something to say. Yeah, see, I did this. Well, okay, you did that. Did you do it with your own hands? Did you actually face this lion? Did you actually stand tooth to tooth with it, knife in hand, slit its throat before it slit yours?
Did you wrestle? Did you wrestle it?
Because if you truly want to have that kind of a hide, you want to have that kind of a mount, then you need to take it down with your own hands without a gun. You need to face it off and see if you survive. That's the challenge I would give to any of these assholes.
I'd rather.
Now, I have seen video of these of this couple, and the lion died in it. Now, hang on, the lion died in it, but its mate got its revenge because the woman was actually posing for a picture with the lion that she had killed while the husband was taking this picture or a video. And in this video, you can see the other lion come up behind her and took her out.
Some things you
that I agree with, because that's basically
just be left in the wild.
For a tooth, an eye for an eye.
You know, I mean, if I went out to Africa or something like that, I'd want to make sure I got a lot of cameras, so I can take pictures, or video, I mean,
money and ego and evil. I agree.
I wouldn't want to. I don't think I could shoot something like I could shoot a deer. That's one thing, because I'm going to eat that son of a bitch. But a lion or a wolf or something else, and even if my life depended on it, I don't think I could pull the trigger. I really don't.
I think if my life depended on it, I would fight to preserve. But if I lost, then that was meant to be.
I mean, for one, it'd be my own damn fault to put myself in the position to be face to face with a lion or a wolf or something. But see, wolves usually, if I got surrounded by wolves or whatever, I hold my cool, because I know that that if I show any fear, they're going to attack.
Right. Wolves are kind of like a dog. They are a canine species.
Right. So
they have
my ground, they could possibly just walk away and leave me the hell alone.
Yeah.
Or it's nice to see a wolf in a while.
That you're not afraid of them, then that may be something that that they look at and have respect of you.
But yeah, I couldn't. I don't think I could ever. That's why I don't have a gun.
But
either.
That's the thing, to really understand this planet and this world, you really got to have respect for all things, all creatures of this planet.
Well,
every one of them were put here for a reason. Every one of them developed over the years to become what they are for a reason.
Well, they keep blaming it on global warming. And the only reason there's a global warming is
because of us. It's because of us.
Is because the whole natural balance of the earth got thrown off by us.
Yeah. And I'll say this again. I've said it already once, and I'll say it again. Mankind is a goddamn parasite on the face of this earth. And believe it or not, we are not. I personally believe we are not indigenous to this blessed planet. We are a hybrid. We are descendants of an indigenous species that was mixed with the Anunnaki DNA and became us to be slaves and servants to the Anunnaki. And they left us behind because they got what they needed and they left us behind.
That's because
And we are a scourge on this planet. We don't understand how to truly take care of it. We don't understand how to use the resources that are given to us.
no. See, we should have taken a lot of lessons from the Native Americans and kept doing that. You know, and maybe we'd be in a better place today. Maybe not.
Well, yeah, but I said this before too, and I'll say it again. Gene Roddenberry's vision in the Star Trek novels, I agree with that. Every single person should have a purpose to better mankind, not to make their pockets full of gold.
No.
We should be in a position right now, if we was actually following that kind of focus as humans,
exactly. Right there's the word.
we would not. Okay, capitalism is bad. Capitalism is what causes humans to destroy their environment.
That's so true right there.
Greed, just like that.
That's what I said. Yep, that's true right there. That's the main point to the whole thing.
And yes, Amanda, I agree with that.
You know, yeah.
But if we was to actually,
spend,
no, listen though, if we was to actually provide food, water, medical, housing, entertainment, the 5 basics that humans would actually enjoy and not have to pay for, and everybody has a job, and their job is based on what their abilities are to help better mankind, we would already have our entire solar system explored. We would already be exploring other solar systems. We wouldn't be in the position we are where we're looking at our planet and going, why is it we're having tornadoes in the south in January? January is supposed to be winter time. Why are there tornadoes there? Or why are we having earthquakes up in New Jersey? Why are we having earthquakes in New Jersey right now when that's not even supposed to be an active fault?
That's like once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's not supposed to happen.
It's not a once in a lifetime thing.
It's a rare
occurrence.
But for some, it's you know,
there is a fault line there. There is a fault line there, but it is a rare occurrence. It's not an active fault line. The active fault lines are all around the Pacific Ocean. It's the Ring of Fire. It's what's called the Ring of Fire of the Pacific. You know, you got all of California, you got all of Alaska, you've got parts, you know, and they come back down and around the other side. You know, Russia all the way down. That's why Japan's so active. That year that hit, I think it was 2011. That one that hit Japan that year, that screwed up that power plant. That earthquake was so powerful, it literally moved Japan 6 inches closer to the United States. They had to recalibrate every one of those damn GPS satellites. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of that. What happened? That's that whole area that's off limits over there because of the radiation.
Fukushima. It was the Fukushima plant.
Yeah, but it's named.
No, the area that's that you're talking about is
Chernobyl.
Is Chernobyl, and that's actually in Ukraine.
Oh, that's right.
And that had nothing to do with what happened in 2011. That was way
That was
long ago.
But those things, back to the tornado things. Those tornadoes in February, outbreaking in the Midwest in February, in early March, that was a freak outbreak. All those tornadoes that touched down in a week's time in between
Gina,
Indiana
that was
and Illinois,
2011, I believe.
And I saw some videos and pictures from the ones from Illinois because of
That's not the
connections
reason, Cass.
with Things Network. And it's like, oh my God, there was like, you had multiple twisters right there in one frame.
I know.
And that's like a freak storm in the middle of February where it's supposed to be winter.
No, the tsunami had nothing. The tsunami didn't shift the earth. The Fukushima earthquake, the earthquake that took down Fukushima, I believe, was in 2011. That's when you and I were playing Final Fantasy 11 really heavy, and our servers were down for 3 days.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
those were over in Japan. All the servers for that game were in Japan. Not one of them was over here or anywhere else. And we were down for 3 days from that game. We couldn't play it, and we were jonesing real bad. It was I believe it was a 9.6 or something like that. It was a really bad earthquake. It literally moved Japan 6 inches closer to the United States.
Well, we're over our hour limit.
I know.
So
sorry.
It doesn't matter.
Hey, I got in late because I came home with 2 boxes of surf and a 6-pack of beer, and I wasn't gonna wait.
Well, we had,
and I got here about 10 minutes before the show started. So
it's all right. We did all right. So till next week, stay safe. And remember, anything's possible. Oh, what kind of beer? They want to know what kind of beer you're drinking.
Sorry, but you can only buy it in Wisconsin. Contact me, and I might actually get you a 6-pack.
You can't see that.
It's
your green screen's on.
I know
that's
that
because you can't see it. Just say what it is.
It's Spotted Cow.
Spotted Cow.
New Glarus
beer.
Company.
Right out of New Glarus, Wisconsin.
Yep. Spotted Cow.
Oh.
See? You still can't see it very well.
No.
Because of the light. But yeah, the only thing is about New Glarus beer, the brewery, you can only buy this in the state of Wisconsin. They don't ship it out.
I don't know which one you were playing with me on. I don't remember if it was on my computer or on my Xbox One. So I don't know which one it would be. Because I used to play it through Steam, right? Is that what it says? It's through Steam? Yeah, I don't.
Well, if you're playing it through Steam, it'd be through your computer.
Yeah, I don't have Steam on my computer anymore.
That's because he's a weenie, Amanda.
No, I took it off because I've got other things on here that I need to do. All right. Stay safe, everybody. Till next week.
Thank you all for coming and seeing us here. Appreciate you popping in, asking questions.
I only play it on the Xbox One now. Oh.